All right, let's just get this out of the way. This isn't science fiction anymore. For the next few minutes, we're diving into the actual blueprint for a human city on Mars by the year 2050. Seriously, it's not a question of if we're going anymore, it's all about how. So let's get into the nitty-gritty of the plan. And really, that quote says it all, doesn't it? It's the core idea behind this entire explainer. It's a huge statement, and it completely changes the conversation. We're not talking about some far-off fantasy. We're talking about a real, tangible problem, an engineering problem, a political problem, a social problem that we are actively trying to solve right now, within our lifetimes. Okay, so first things first, why Mars? I mean, why go through all the trouble? Well, to really get why there's this big push for 2050, you've got to look at the big picture. You have to see this mission for what it truly is. It's just the next logical, maybe even inevitable, step in the great, long story of human exploration. And if you look at this timeline, it all starts to click. You see this clear, step-by-step progression, right? Each of these milestones wasn't the end goal. Nope, it was a stepping stone. The space race, that gave us the powerful rockets. The moon landing, that proved we could actually do it. The International Space Station taught us how to live up there for the long haul. And now, this new commercial space era, it's making everything cheaper, faster, more accessible. It's like this entire history has been pointing in one direction. And that direction is Mars. But here's the thing. We're not going into this blind. We're taking some heavy lessons from our own history with us. The people planning this, the scientists, the nations, they are absolutely determined not to repeat the huge mistakes of Earth's colonial past. I mean, look at the difference here. The whole mindset is different. This isn't about conquest or exploitation. It's about cooperation, sustainability, and shared benefits for everyone. It's a real attempt to get it right from day one. So that's the why. Now for the how. How in the world do we actually get there? Let's dive into the roadmap. This is where we turn all that big, ambitious talk into a solid, concrete plan. This is where the rubber meets the road, or, the rocket meets the launch pad. Okay, one of the biggest game changers is this idea called Mars Direct. And honestly, it's brilliant because it's so simple. The core principle? Live off the land. Think about it. Instead of packing and shipping every single thing you need from Earth, which is incredibly expensive and heavy, you use what's already on Mars. Use the Martian atmosphere, use the soil, and you turn it into your own rocket fuel, your own water, your own oxygen. This one concept, this is what makes a permanent colony actually affordable and sustainable. All right, next up, we have this thing called the Lunar Gateway. The easiest way to think about it is like a cosmic gas station or a pit stop way out in space. It's basically a small space station that NASA and other countries are going to build in orbit around the moon. It's the perfect jumping off point. It's where you'd assemble the big ships from Mars, top off the fuel tanks, and get ready for that long 6-month trip. It's the essential bridge between Earth and the deep solar system. And this is what I think is so smart about NASA's whole strategy. It's not a mad dash. It is incredibly methodical. Step 1, go back to the moon. It's close. It's a great place to practice. Step 2, build that lunar gateway we just talked about. Step 3, use the moon and the gateway to test out all the new tech you'll need for deep space. And only then, after you've proven everything works, do you push off for Mars. See? Every step you take makes the next one safer and more likely to succeed. Okay, so we figured out how to get there. Awesome. But now for the really hard part. How do you actually build a city, a society, on what is essentially a frozen, radiation-blasted desert? Well, to do that, you have to completely rethink some fundamental ideas, especially about labor and law. So here's the core problem, the big showstopper. Mars is just incredibly hostile. You can't just send up a bunch of construction workers in spacesuits and tell them to start building. The radiation will get them. The temperature swings are insane. It is just way, way too dangerous for people to be doing that kind of manual labor day in and day out. This right here, this is probably the single biggest hurdle to building a real colony. So what's the solution? Well, the main workforce on Mars isn't going to be human at all. It's going to be an army of AI-powered robots. Think about it. They'll be the ones doing the heavy lifting, building the habitats, mining for water ice and minerals, maintaining all the life support systems, even running the farms. And they'll be doing all of this 24/7, probably for years, before most of the humans even show up. We're basically sending an advanced wave of robotic pioneers to do all the tough, dangerous work and get the place ready for us. Okay, so you've got robots building everything, but you also have all these different countries and private companies heading out there. It could get messy fast, right? You absolutely need a rulebook. And we have one. It's called the Artemis Accords. And I want to be super clear, this is not some sci-fi idea. It is a real-world, legally grounded, international agreement that dozens of nations have already signed. It's the framework for how we're all going to play nice on the moon, and by extension, on Mars. And these rules are all about preventing problems before they can even start. Take the safety zones principle, for instance. This is so important. It's basically there to stop a land grab. You don't want one country or company showing up, finding a crater full of precious water ice, and just planting a flag and saying, "This is mine, everyone else stay out." These rules are the blueprint to make sure we avoid a chaotic Wild West scenario out in space. Which brings us to the final section, and honestly, maybe the most important question of all. So what? Why should we, here on Earth, even care about all this? What's the actual payoff for this absolutely massive investment of time, money, and brainpower? Well, it comes back to this date, 2050. Because that number, it's not just a goal for setting up a town on another planet. It's a deadline. It's a forcing function that is going to spark a massive wave of innovation. And that innovation will have a huge impact right back here on Earth. I absolutely love this quote. Mars is the ultimate fixer-upper planet. It just perfectly captures the whole situation. Think about it. When you get to Mars, nothing is ready for you. You have to create everything from scratch. You have to make your own breathable air, your own drinkable water, figure out a food supply, build an entire economy out of nothing. It's the ultimate test bed, the ultimate sandbox, where you can try out brand new ideas. And that right there is the real payoff. Because in the process of solving all these impossible problems just to survive on Mars, we are going to inevitably invent incredible new technologies that we can use to solve some of the biggest, toughest challenges we have right here on Earth. And the possibilities here are just mind-blowing. I mean, just imagine, what if we perfect a totally autonomous AI economy on Mars? What if we develop radical new ways to adapt to extreme climates that we can then bring back home? What if we finally master perfect closed-loop recycling systems where zero waste is the norm? The lessons we learn in that Martian sandbox could literally change the world. So that's the big idea I want to leave you with today. If Mars really is the ultimate fixer-upper planet, what's it going to teach us about fixing our own? This whole thing, this grand adventure, it isn't just about finding a new place to live. It's about learning how to be better tenants on the planet we already have. And that's why the journey to Mars, well, it might just be the most important thing we ever do for the future of Earth.